Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde Chicken Police Painted Red. Das haben wir beim letzten Mal, also vor 3 Tagen haben wir das erste Mal gespielt. Ich hatte ja freundlicherweise von den Entwicklern bzw. vom Publisher einen Key zur Verfügung gestellt bekommen, auf freundlicher Nachfrage meinerseits hin. Und ich muss ehrlich sagen, ich bin sehr positiv überrascht, weil ich selber mit einer Visual Novel überhaupt nichts zu tun hatte. Und ich fand einfach den Artstyle wirklich genial und wurde doch beim letzten Stream doch recht positiv, mehr als positiv gecatcht. Aufgrund der Sprachausgabe, ne? Also der Vertonung und Namenvolley. Und ja, klick, klack und das geht's. Wir machen weiter. Huchalla. So, Natascha. Übrigens habe ich bei den Entwicklern haben sie mal ein paar Bilder und ein Video gezeigt, wie sie das gemacht haben. Richtig krass. Die Katze ist echt übrigens. Also vielleicht die Augen nicht ganz so in der Form, aber sämtliche Tiere und Tierköpfe sind fotografiert echt. So, was sollen wir denn machen? Ich muss mir erstmal wieder reinfuchsen hier. Wer ist das hier? Der gute alte Filmer. Ach so, ja genau, das war ja der. Er muss etwas über Natascha wissen. Nachdem wir mit ihr gesprochen haben, sollen wir mit ihm sprechen, ne?
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
Der Song war auch klasse. Namen Petmo.
Gee, that is a unique picture and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
Ja, es tut mir leid. Ich bin eher der spätnächtliche Typ ab 22 Uhr. Das geht aber familiär nicht anders und berufsbedingt nicht anders. Es tut mir leid an der Stelle, aber trotzdem, schlaf gut und bis morgen, ne? So, was haben wir denn noch Hübsches hier?
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, Detective.
Dafür sind sie ja da, die Wiederholung. Beziehungsweise auch die permanenten Sammlungen und so weiter, ne? Okay, wir haben hier nichts weiter. Okay, wir sprechen mal mit Natascha. Oh, die erstmal gucken.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Da bleibst du noch ein bisschen. Aber wie gesagt, wenn Nachtschlaf wichtig ist, ist Nachtschlaf wichtig. Also da steht eigentlich alles hinten dran. Ne? So, was haben wir denn hier für eine Information bekommen von ihr? Also ich hätte persönlich nie gedacht, dass ich eine Visual Novel spiele, ja. Zumal es eigentlich auch nicht so richtig aus den Screenshots rauskam und so weiter. Aber zumindest das hier gefällt mir wirklich sehr gut. Natascha ist wirklich eine mysteriöse Frau und sie wirkt auch gefährlich. Allerdings steckt sie ohne Zweifel in echten Schwierigkeiten. Die Frage ist sie die Ursache des Problems oder ist es jemand anderes? So, dann erzähle mal.
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Okay. Achso, wir können sie ja befragen.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Das war eine bemerkenswerte Vorstellung. Okay, gucken wir mal. Selbstbewusste Frau, das kann ich ausnutzen, aber ich muss vorsichtig sein. Jede Phase an ihr ist gefährlich. Okay.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Hier ist wirklich sehr elegant. Ihr Zimmer eingeschlossen. Das Bild an der Wand ist ziemlich gewagt. Das haben wir aber schon gefragt, mehr oder weniger. Bild an der Wand.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
War sogar fast ein bisschen richtig. Glauben Sie, dass einer Ihrer Bewunderer hinter den Drohungen steckt? Was können Sie mir zu Ibn Wessler sagen? Ach,
What can you tell me about Ibn Wessler?
You should be more specific. What do you want to know?
War nicht gut, siehst du? Wie viel wissen Sie über Ibns geschäftliche Angelegenheiten? Nein, glauben Sie nicht, dass das ein wenig zu sehr nach Klischee klingt, das Flittchen und der Gangsterboss? Wie haben Sie Ibn kennengelernt, wenn die Frage nicht zu indiskret ist? Komm.
How did you meet Ibn, if I'm not too intrusive?
Of course you're intrusive, but I guess that's an occupational hazard.
Well, yes.
I was a dancer here in the club, in Anita Jenkins' chorus. When she was in a good mood and allowed it, sometimes I even did her vocals for her, although she thought I was an upstart little whore.
Oh, damit haben wir also... hätte ich jetzt nicht gedacht, dass wir das jetzt doch noch rumreißen. Zwischen den Aktivitäten? Nee.
How does Ibn treat you nowadays?
Like a prince treats a princess. Maybe that sounds like a cliché.
A little.
He holds me in the hollow of his hand. He always has. He's never hurt me. He couldn't. Recently, he's been a bit distracted and nervous, but there's heavy weight on his shoulders right now. That's why I didn't want to burden him with any of this.
Deswegen wir. Okay.
Distant and nervous. Could you elaborate?
Ibn is devoted and attentive. He sends someone every hour to ask me if everything's all right. But I can't even remember a time when we were together. Just the two of us. Recently, he spends a lot of time here and in other clubs. When he's with me, he's nervous and preoccupied.
Why is that? Don't you think it's strange?
I don't think it has anything to do with the threats. It started earlier.
Any ideas about a cause?
None. Maybe it's stress. Ibn's working on doing more and more of business legally. That's kind of hard for someone like him.
Is he trying to get himself out of the underworld?
Maybe.
That's interesting. Thank you. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
15. Oh, noch. Wir brauchen nichts auswählen. Selbstbewusst, geheimnisvoll, kalt und ängstlich.
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea? Which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Die Frage ist bloß, wer konnte das an ihre Wand ran? War es die Wand draußen am Dings oder irgendwo drin? Weil drin müsste es ja irgendjemand sein, den sie kennt, ne? Könnten die Drohungen etwas mit der gefährlichen Beziehung zwischen ihnen zu tun haben? Nein. Was ist mit Film-Noir? Ist der ihretwegen hier? Schlag vor, sie tauchen eine Weile unter.
What about Film-Noir? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Soll ich weitermachen deswegen?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that. So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush.
Stimmt.
How do you know Molly?
Die Frau.
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
Sprachlos?
I did.
Doch.
I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Interessant. Okay, gucken wir mal. Sie haben mich von Anfang an hinters Licht geführt, oder? Was genau wollen Sie von mir? Wenn Sie so überprüfen...
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Na, 5 Sterne waren es doch wert. Komm. Jawohl, echter Ermittler. Abschließende Gedanken. Die legendäre Schickenpolice ist wieder in Aktion. Okay, ist dasselbe. Die Drohung oder eher Beleidigung in den Botschaften an Natascha ist immer dieselbe. Hure. Knapp, aber trotzdem vielsagend.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Ja.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Eine Frau ist nackt ohne ihre Geheimnisse. Was haben wir denn hier bekommen gerade?
Come to Daddy, darling.
Oder ist das noch vom letzten Mal? Oh, war vom letzten Mal noch. Okay. Ibn versucht jedes Mal das Thema zu wechseln, sobald wir auf die Drohung zu sprechen kommen. Er weiß eindeutig mehr, als er zugibt. Das hatten wir, okay. Natascha hat Angst und diese Angst ist echt. Aber trotzdem erzählt sie mir nicht alles und das gefällt mir nicht. Vielleicht, weil sie nichts erzählen darf. Natascha bat mich, sie in ihrem Wochenendhaus zu besuchen, wo sie mir etwas zeigen möchte. Normalerweise würde mir so eine Einladung sehr gefallen, aber jetzt mache ich mir Sorgen. Ich mir auch, also, ne? Die Drohung oder eher Beleidigung in die Botschaft an Natascha. Okay, das hatten wir. Haben wir hier was Neues? Nein, aber nicht. Okay, da gibt es auch nichts Neues. Gibt es einen neuen Kodexeintrag? Nein, gibt es nicht. So, meine Liebe. Wir können jetzt mit...
Well, weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
Oh, wie
You
rührend.
thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Ach ja. Ob wir den Auftritt nochmal sehen können? Film-Noir, altes Haus.
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did. Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating
Haare.
piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Die Haare sind ja klasse. Oh.
Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig. You think she knows anything useful?
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking. She's not very fond of you.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird. Maybe I was playing her a bit.
Aha. Können wir das direkt anklicken? Nein, können wir nicht. Interessant. Wo ist er denn? Olivia. Olivia ist derzeit Ibn Wesslers Assistentin und Begleitperson. Es könnte sich als wertvoll erweisen, herauszufinden, ob mehr als eine berufliche Beziehung zwischen Miss Cree und Mr. Ratte besteht. Das wäre aber gefährlich dann nachher für unsere Auftraggeberin, ne? Marty hatte für kurze Zeit einige Dates mit Olivia, das ist alles. Mehr will ich auch gar nicht wissen. Deswegen auch diese Reserviertheit.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Oh, wir können sie doch befragen.
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
Kurz
You're
und knapp.
welcome.
Kurz und knapp.
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
War das jetzt sinnvoll, das gefragt zu haben? Sie könnte doch damit einfach hausieren gehen, oder? So, Film-Noir.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
Jetzt bin ich
What
gespannt.
is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here.
Der Blick.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
Okay, wir haben einen neuen Gegenstand.
We stepped into it, didn't we? We stepped into it, didn't
Was ist das? Das ist eine Namensliste. Aber was sind die Nummern hier hinten drin? Telefonnummern? Oder Wetten? Ich weiß es nicht. Was ist das? Da kommen noch ein paar Charaktere. Ich bin gespannt. Wo ist er denn? Da ist er. Film-Noir. Wie es scheint, hat auch Film-Noir irgendwann für Natascha gearbeitet, den Fall aber aufgegeben, als ihm Sache zu heiß wurde. Trotzdem hat er ein Beweisstück zurückbehalten, wie es sich für einen guten Privatdetektiv gehört. Und das könnte sich als sehr nützlich erweisen. Da bin ich mal
All
gespannt.
that's furry. What kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Film-Noir. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Wir haben einen neuen Ort, wo wir hinfahren können. Wo wir aber noch nicht hinfahren werden, ne? Da ist nichts weiter, okay. Aber sie hatte neu. Die Liste mit all diesen Namen der besseren Gesellschaft muss etwas mit Natascha zu tun haben und damit auch mit den Drohungen. Okay. So, was haben wir denn jetzt für eine neue Adresse hier drauf? Wir haben das Wochenendhaus, das ist eine Quest. Also hier geht es hauptsächlich weiter. Ich weiß gar nicht, warum es da nicht weitergeht. Gibt es da noch was zu entdecken? Ich weiß es halt
Ooh,
nicht.
a nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
Hatten wir
We're
schon.
not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints
hatten
in
wir
the
schon
city,
mal.
had to end up here, huh?
Hello to you too, Zip. How's it hanging?
Das hatten
I
wir schon
had
mal.
no problems until now.
Ah, don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal. We'll be as fast as a hummingbird.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar bear.
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Wer ist er denn?
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
Sniffing some juicy story?
I think I still owe him a great big left hook.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him, I wanted to punch him in the face.
Der ist von der
I can
Presse.
understand that.
Der ist von der Presse. Ah, warte mal, erstmal. Ah, guck mal.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell, who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers, I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
We also ran into Film-Noir,
Film-Noir? Who's that?
a grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
You mean Marlowe?
Was Marlowe. Now he goes by Film-Noir-Low.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? Yeah, I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us something that could mean something.
Ach so, der Whisky. Ach, ich hatte mich gewundert. Ich hatte ja das zweite angeklickt und der sortiert es dann nachher alphabetisch in die Liste hier scheinbar ein.
Look at this, Zip.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
Okay, aber der Hinweis war interessant. Eine Art Gästeliste oder so.
We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that. Nothing else.
Thanks, Zip, but we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right? So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by all this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it His Majesty Hobart Ibn Wessler, the Rat Prime himself?
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just because I don't know anything.
Of course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
Nochmal? Ne, haben wir ja schon. Okay, dann gibt's dazu nichts. Aber hier, Timothy heißt er. Timothy.
Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a
Die
pleasure
Stimme
to
passt.
see you.
Die Stimme passt.
Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway. I'm always where the story is.
Mm-hmm. And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The chicken police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working. We're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that, boys.
You'll have to, Tim.
We'll see about that.
Ich glaube, er könnte ein Problem werden, oder? Ich glaube ja. Ich glaube ja. Ich habe auf der Liste, die Firma mir zugesteckt hat, nur ein paar der Namen zuordnen können, aber diese stammt ausnahmslos aus den höchsten Kreisen von Glorville. Es könnte eine Gästeliste für eine Hochzeit sein, aber das bezweifle ich. Aber die Gästeliste, das könnte passen. Okay, pass mal auf. Wo können wir jetzt noch hin? Guck mal, wir können jetzt... Wir haben alles dort bei dem anderen Ort weggemacht. Okay, das heißt...
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Mehr Input, mehr Input.
Learn something from Phyllis and Roy's.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
Yeah, figures.
How's it going tonight, boys?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theatre, and, if I remember correctly, each other.
That was a complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated.
Das Plakat hatten wir ja schon, ne? Was ist das hier?
That wasn't us, right?
Not that one, Marty.
Honestly, sometimes I find it difficult to keep track of all the places we wrecked during our 10 years together.
Just 9, Marty. 9.
Okay.
Do
Streifen.
you remember our old squad car?
That ended up in a swamp? Huh. I could never get over that. It was the best partner I ever had.
Ouch.
That's, good to know, boss.
Truth hurts, pal.
Never mind. I'll live with it.
So, okay, pass auf. Ich glaube, wir können hier rein. Der sieht irgendwie kultig aus. Hauptsache die Hose ist offen, ja? Zieh dich doch mal vernünftig an, was soll das? Ach, Monika, die Beste von den Besten.
Listen, Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list. What could those numbers mean? It could be a date even, but no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything. The richest of the rich get together on all kinds of excuses.
Huh, it must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon. Thanks for your time.
Or, wait a minute. There is something.
Okay, was?
Stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list are men, right?
Yeah, of course we noticed.
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
Eine Erpresserliste? Kann das sein?
Guess who we met today in person, Mon?
King Hector III?
Even better, the one who commands the king.
Wait a minute. Hobart Wessler?
Damn right. Hobart Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
Wow. And you're still alive. That's quite an accomplishment.
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business? Allegedly, he's trying to clear his name with some kind of new meat substitute.
His name's gonna be rather difficult to clear.
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Which is?
Ibn's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
Das haben wir auch erfahren
we
schon.
once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's not very much, but it's something, I guess. I'll keep my ears open.
Thanks, Mon.
We saw a pretty good show at the Tsar Club tonight.
Good for you, I guess. Natasha?
Natasha. She performed her new song. She also sang about why she called us there. Or rather, me.
And?
That's confidential, Dollface. Anyway, I can't help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery, and I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me, right?
All mysterious, full of secrets, and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
Do we have a file on a woman called Olivia Blackwig? She's currently working as Ibn Wessler's assistant.
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few Blackwigs that could be related to her. Mountain goat, crow, or caiman?
Crow, around 30 to 35. A very pretty socialite.
Maybe we have a catch then. Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. He died a few years back, but his daughter could have ended up in the same social circles as Ibn.
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be more than one Crow family with a Blackwig name living here.
Thanks, Mon.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know. We're not even here anymore.
Aber interessante Information, ja? Bosco.
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox, what's up? Back here so soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden, Sonny?
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Hoo-hoo. Are you trespassing again?
Who? Us? What are you thinking?
Just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active either. We're not bothering anyone. You know, old habits die hard.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
Okay, jetzt können wir ihn auch befragen. Das ist gut.
Do you still remember Film-Noir?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the reputation with that Film-Noir alias.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases and sneaking after poor bastards cheating on their wives.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something that stirred up a storm recently?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars, politicians, a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange for my silence.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
Which is what, exactly?
We're still not gonna tell you.
Listen, Bosco, what have you heard about that singer, Natasha Katsenko?
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler? They say she's the jackpot, but I've never been into cats, you know.
You couldn't be more racist if you tried, Bosco.
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
Nein.
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why I asked.
And what's she like?
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest of your life if you met her.
Really? Maybe I'll have a go and see for myself one day.
Das solltest du vielleicht. Okay, was können wir noch machen? Automat? Was ist das für ein
Don't
Automat?
drink that shit, Marty.
Ach so.
It's bad for your health.
Sonny, you are bad for my health.
Können wir doch zum Schießstand? Tatsache. Ist hier noch jemand? Nee, hier können wir nur unsere Schießkünste noch ein bisschen überarbeiten, ne? Glaube ich schon.